So for years, I thought I needed a softbox for my YouTube videos until I found this product. This is the Raleno Soft Light, and this is what we're going to review today. Because when it comes to YouTube videos, lighting is so important, especially if you want to focus on the video quality. It doesn't matter how expensive gear that you have. If you have terrible lighting, then your footage is not going to be the best that it can be. But investing in good lighting is the best way to have the best video quality for your YouTube videos or in your videos in general. That's why if you see cinematographers or filmmakers, they focus heavily on lighting, is because they really want to make their video quality as best as it can be, and the way that they can achieve that is through lighting. So we're gonna check this out, and I have a softbox right now. We're gonna compare the two, and we're going to see if the Raleno Soft Light is going to basically replace my soft light that I'm using for this video, so stick around. But once again, before we get right into the product, I would like to emphasize why lighting is important. And I have already mentioned that it doesn't matter how expensive gear that you have, even if you have a cinema gear that you're using right now, such as the Sony FX30 or Sony FX3. If you're a beginner and don't know how to utilize lighting, then doesn't matter how expensive your gear is, the video footage isn't going to be the best that it can be, especially if you didn't focus enough on lighting. So now I'm not saying I'm a lighting expert. I'm still struggling at times. Even now in my YouTube videos, some of my lighting isn't perfect, but I'm learning to get the best lighting as I can have for my YouTube videos to have the best video quality for my YouTube videos. And to be completely honest and to be completely transparent, you don't actually need to buy any lighting for your YouTube videos. If you have windows in your home and you get good lighting from your windows, then that is really good for your YouTube videos. You probably need to get ND filters, or you probably need to adjust the settings to adjust for maybe some harsh lighting you might get. And you might be limited to the time that you want to make your YouTube videos, but I'm just saying, you can still make great videos even with just natural lighting from your windows, from your home. So you don't actually need to buy any lighting at all. Now, the reason why I opted to buy lighting such as the softboxes is because I want to be able to make YouTube videos anytime that I want. And sometimes, especially if you have a family and if you have, other responsibilities, you have limited time on when you can make your YouTube videos. So if you can make YouTube videos during the night when everybody's asleep, then that's perfect, and that's why I opted to buy lighting. And the reason why I opted to buy a softbox is because the lighting typically is fairly directional, but it's not harsh. Like, it doesn't go straight to your face or to the direction. There's usually a diffusion that comes along with it, and so the lighting is more soft and it's more spread out throughout the room. So that's why I opted to get softboxes. But the disadvantage of softboxes is the kit is typically pretty big. It takes up a lot of space. It's usually plugged in, and if you get the cheap softboxes like I have, you can't really adjust any color temperature, brightness. It's kind of fixed on its own, and you kind of have to compensate through ND filters or using or changing your settings such as your aperture. Once again, the advantage of softboxes is because it has that soft light that comes around, but the cheap softboxes that you can get, you have to plug it in. You can't change the brightness, or you can't change the color of these softboxes. Now, you can invest in expensive lighting. There is a lot of lighting options out there where they can give you kind of different diffusion. You can change the brightness, you can change the color temperature, you can even change colors as well. But if you're on a budget and you don't really want to spend, like, let's say maximum $200 on lighting, then those type of softboxes that you can get are probably not going to be good for you, and it's not going to fit in your budget because those are typically pretty expensive. And that's kind of the same boat as me. So I opted for a cheap softbox where you can get some a set. Like, I believe you can probably get a set for $200. And you can get two lighting and stuff like that, so they're fairly cheap. And then, but yeah, you have to plug them in. They take up a lot of space. there you can't change the color temperature, you can't change the brightness. But with the Raleno Soft Light, this will solve the kind of the disadvantage that I have with my current softbox. So this light is slim. It's not going to take up a lot of space. It's battery powered, so I don't need to plug it in. I just need to charge it from time to time. It can change color temperature and it can change brightness. But the question still remains, is it going to replace my softbox, and is it going to have that same effect that I have? So that's what we're going to find out. So let's check this out. So this is my current setup right now. I use a cheap softbox. I think this is a newer softbox. Now I did get this from Facebook Marketplace. So I got a 3-pack and it only costs about like $100, but the 3-pack usually costs about, I think, $200. So this softbox comes with a tripod, it comes with a diffusion light, and yeah. But with the Raleno light, it didn't come with a tripod, so I'm gonna use my camera tripod that can extend up to this high. It's fairly close, but it's not the same height technically. But in my opinion, I think we can probably get the same result and probably keep it on the same test. So I try to keep it around the same height, and I'm gonna turn on the softbox first to see what it looks like. Then I'm gonna turn on the Raleno light after, and then we'll see if we can get the same results. Now this is the setup. As we can see, there is a major difference between the two, right? The Raleno Soft Light is very small compared to the Soft Light. And so if we can have the same effect with the Raleno Soft Light compared to my current softbox right now, it will really help out with the space in the room, and as well as with the plugins and all that stuff. So well, let's test it out right now. So we're gonna do a couple of tests. The first one is we're going to have the lighting set up in front of us, and then we're gonna do the one that is on the side. And then right now it's set up with the softbox, and then I'm gonna turn out the softbox off later, and then we're gonna see if we can do the same effect with the Raleno Soft Light. So that's kind of how we're going to do the test, as well as, so just to be completely transparent as well, my camera right now has an ND filter, and I'm gonna try not to touch the ND filter at all. So it's set up right now. We'll see if it'll have the same effect. So right now, this is the video quality. If the softbox is right in front of me, going straight to my face with an ND filter, this is what it looks like right now with the softbox. So right now we switch to the Raleno Soft Light, and this is at 100% brightness at 5200 Kelvin. So I try to get it as close as matching to the color temperature as the Soft Light. So this is what it looks like with the Raleno Soft Light. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And this is the second test that we're gonna do. So right now I haven't touched the ND filter setting, but I did adjust the light. I went back to the softbox and I put it to the side and see how that's going to look. As you can see, I'm not using the Raleno Soft Light because the Soft Light is over there. It's on a tripod. So right now I'm using the softbox once again. And so yeah, what do you guys think? How is the video quality and the lighting with the softbox? And this is what it looks like without touching the ND filter, and the Raleno Soft Light is on the side. Now if I adjust the ND filter, it might be different. So yeah, so this is as bright as I can get it to the ND filter. Now I can probably remove the ND filter as well, and it'll probably have a different results. But right now, this is what it looks like with the Raleno Soft Light and the ND filter that I'm using. So what do you guys think of this lighting setup? So the Raleno Soft Light is really good. I really like a lot of things about this light. I like that it's slim. It's not gonna take up a lot of space, unlike my softbox. It's battery powered. I can change the color temperature, and I can change the brightness of this light. So with the test that we did, in my opinion, the Raleno Soft Light didn't do as good as the softbox. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'm wrong, but in my opinion, it's not as good as a softbox as the one that I currently have, even though it's the cheaper version. But I like the features that the Raleno Soft Light has. Maybe if I put the Soft Light closer to me, and a different tripod or with a friction arm, maybe it'll look a lot different. But with the same setup right now at the same height, it didn't do as well in my opinion. But at the same time, like I said, if I were to change the settings, if I put it closer at the same brightness, like I can change the brightness as well, I can change the color temperature, so you can have more creative abilities with these types of light. But in my opinion, the soft light still provides a better lighting than the Raleno Soft Light. Now, once again, it all comes down to, once again, that knowledge of lighting. So the thing is, I don't have to replace my softbox with the Raleno Soft Light. I can actually use the Raleno Soft Light as my fill light rather than my key light. So I can keep my softbox as my key light. The key light is your main light source. Usually it's at a 45-degree angle to your face or to the subject, usually, not all the time. And the key light is your main light source. So right now, like, the key light's here, which means it's creating a bunch of shadows on the other side. So in some cases, those shadows are unpleasant to look at, and so you need to have a fill light to kind of, you know, remove a little bit of the shadow. You want some shadow there, but you don't want a lot of shadows there. But once again, it really depends on what kind of look that you're trying to get for your YouTube videos. But with the Raleno Soft Light and how I can adjust its color temperature, how I can adjust its brightness and its battery power, that I don't have to bring a cord near the light, I can use that as my fill light to remove a little bit of the shadows and have a more pleasing look into my YouTube videos. So check this out. So this is using the softbox as my key light and using the Raleno Soft Light as my fill light, as you can see. And the settings that I put the Raleno in is at, I think this is a 30% brightness at same color temperature of 52 or 5300 Kelvin. And so as you can see that the light here is still brighter, but there's a fill light that it's in here that is reducing the shadows of my face and creates more of a more consistent and more pleasing looking look into my YouTube video. So this is probably going to be now my new setup. Instead of just one light, I'll have two lights so that I can create a better video quality for my YouTube videos. And I can take this one step further by adding a backlight, but we'll see. But that's it for today's video. If you want to check out the Raleno Soft Light, the link is in the description below. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a commission if you do purchase a Raleno Soft Light. But once again, as I mentioned earlier, you don't have to buy lighting. It's just something that is easier to have and it gives you more flexibility to create more YouTube videos and to create because you can create at any time that you want. But if you want to check it out, the link is in the description below, and that's one way to help out this channel. And the other ways that you can support this channel is pressing that like and consider subscribing, and to stay tuned for more videos to come. And now click on this video right here to see what YouTube thinks that you should watch next. See you in the next video.